I told my best friend's wife he was cheating on her and ruined my relationship with everyone involved. Is it best to let the friendships go, or is this fixable? I'm close friends with a teacher at work, John, this isn't his real name, and a student teacher, Sarah, also not her real name. John is her supervising teacher. I noticed they'd been getting really close and mentioned it to her, and she confessed to me that they were having an affair. She told him she had feelings for him but would never act on them. He didn't have feelings but started flirting with her regardless, and it escalated to s-ing and progressed to a physical affair. I was really uncomfortable with this, as he's significantly older than her and the whole thing felt really wrong, but she was struggling, so I did my best to support her, as John was being really emotionally abusive to her. He never mentioned a word of this to me. It got to be too much for me to deal with, and I knew that Sarah needed to get out of the situation one way or another. I tried to get her to end it, and she tried a few times, but he wouldn't discuss it with her, and due to the nature of their professional relationship, he's determining if she passes her course. She was in a really bad place. I decided to just tell his wife about it. I sent her the texts from Sarah describing what happened in rather explicit detail and some other evidence I had. John texted me basically telling me that I've ruined his life and never to speak with him again. I think he sent something similar to Sarah. He said his marriage may be completely ruined. Sarah's upset with me too, as I didn't ask her before telling his wife. His wife was also really upset and blocked both me and Sarah. I'm a mess right now. I ruined my best friend's life, and it feels like I hurt everyone, including John's innocent wife and daughter. Would you give up on fixing things at this point, or is there a chance I haven't ruined everything? Redditor's reaction story 2 after this section. Redditor 1, John ruined everything. But no, this isn't really fixable. He's a douche anyways. But next time, be anonymous with a tip that's like the first rule of how to tell somebody their spouse is cheating in scenarios like this. Op answer, I really hope there won't be a next time. But yeah, in hindsight that would have been a much better option. Redditor 2, John ruined everything, not you. You should tell his employer too, he's violating his position of trust. But your friendship is dead, and watch your back. Op answer, even though we work for the same employer? Maybe I can make an anonymous report to HR. He's just more senior level than I am, so I'm worried about how they'll take it. Redditor 3, I ruined my best friend's life, and it feels like I hurt everyone, including John's innocent wife and daughter. John ruined his own life. He hurt his innocent wife and daughter. John is an asshole. Sarah's upset with me too, as I didn't ask her before telling his wife. Well, Sarah is the last person who should be upset at others involving themselves in her business. She involved herself in a whole marriage. Story 2, wife will turn down planned events but attend other social outings the same day. I don't see this in him versus her way, but I've tried my best to explain that I can't take this in a non-personal way either. This is the second occasion that it's happened. My wife suffers from anxiety in closed, crowded spaces. This is something we've known, and has occurred before us getting married, and it's something I don't mind at all. I generally just ask, hey, take it to the level you're comfortable with, and if you need to leave, we leave. She does fine with outdoor concerts, and we've still had good times at indoor venues with acts like Kanye, Gambino, Kendrick, etc. We've left before a Death Cab for Cutie set, no issue. But she's also suffered through a jungle set when she was having a panic attack rather than leaving mid-show. I offered to leave after every song once it started. I tried to leave too. I sympathize with her issues, and I acknowledge them. But I don't have them myself. So I can't quite understand them. We were scheduled for a concert earlier this year. We arrived separately because she wanted to get drinks dinner with a friend. No issues, I don't drink much and that's totally cool me. Door opening comes, and she doesn't show. We talk, she pushes the time out. She doesn't show. We talk, she wants to stay out with her friend. She's not interested. She maintains that if I want her to come she will, but I'm not willing to force someone to do anything. So, I miss half the set, but I see the rest. And it's fan-ducking-tastic, but I have no one to share that experience with, and I feel like I've been stood up by my own wife. I'm high-key grumpy and completely flabbergasted. She can't understand my feelings, I can't understand her logic. We're arguing back and forth with no progress, and I take a major hit to my mental health. Generally, we agree on some terms after talking. It's perfectly okay for her to skip concerts even if I already have the tickets. Just be clear and upfront about it. We go to the previously mentioned Jungle concert between then and now. All these tickets were purchased before the first event. To clarify, last night was one of the next concerts we've had scheduled. Someone we've both listened to and enjoyed but isn't technically super high on either of our lists. I'm not expecting her to go, and I'm not really willing to go if she's not there to experience it with. It's a Wednesday and our schedules involve waking up pre-6. It's understandable. So I know I'm 98% staying home. And that's okay. She goes out for dinner. Told me as much beforehand, and that's no issue. Dinner turns drinks, drink turned to a movie, and she's still gone when I wake up for work. She's awake still and texting me, but how do I not see it as, I'm willing to duck up my workday for this, but not for you? Yes, I could have gone to something you had planned for us, but I chose something else instead. I understand if she doesn't want to go. I'm not upset about not going, but doing something else instead, it hurts, and in a very similar way. I can't tell if it's appropriately painful or if I'm just reacting negatively because of the closeness to the last situation. Technically, I knew beforehand. That's kinda the only requirement we established. I never thought to make sure we'll find an alternative way to spend time together as a part of the agreement. Nor did I really consider whether or not partaking in alternative plans was acceptable. So, avoiding indoor concerts BC of anxiety. Can someone explain how avoidant they are towards their triggers? I know it's not the same for everyone. But I'd like to know more. We've still got 2 indoor concerts coming up that she bought the tickets to. I understand that those are concerts she's actually invested and interested in and has determined to be worth the anxiety. She listens to them a ton, I get it. Most of the remaining concerts are solo concerts for me. I only buy 2 tickets if I think it's something she'd enjoy. There's no reason to expect her to go to a pop punk or Midwest emo show Lamau. I could really use some helpful back and forth and new ways to look at things. Thank you in advance to anyone who helps. Hopefully I can cobble together some coherent thoughts before the workday is over, rather than ow, this hurts, but I can't explain why. Or the much more regrettable, knee-jerk I can't believe you've done this. Edited for the moral arguments rule. It's a good rule, I tried my best. Redditors' reactions. Redditor 1, she goes out for dinner. Told me as much beforehand, and that's no issue. Dinner turns drinks, drink turned to a movie, and she's still gone when I wake up for work. She's awake still and texting me, but how do I not see it as, I'm willing to duck up my workday for this, but not for you? Yes, I could have gone to something you had planned for us, but I chose something else instead. What? Redditor follow-up, are you sure she's not cheating? It's strange for a spouse to be gone all night without telling their partner ahead of time. What friends was she with and do you know what happened for sure? I would be suspicious after reading stories in here about so's being out all night with friends without you knowing beforehand, sometimes even if they did. I would do a quick and subtle investigation into this. Redditor 2, I would tell her it's fine if she skips events, but it's not okay if she ditches you for someone else. That's elementary socializing, so she shouldn't have any trouble understanding it. It sounds like she just doesn't want to be held accountable for acting like a jerk. Redditor 3, every single example you gave is about concerts. And everything you talked about going to do is going to watch concerts. Your future plans are concerts. Something concerts. Even if she likes concerts, I think a person gets concerted out every once in a while. I'm exhausted just reading and imagining it. Not to doubt your wife's anxiety, but if she's dodging concerts and is cool doing something else, maybe she doesn't want to go to the concert. Even if she's not having a panic attack, I'm sure she's not enjoying the conditions that lead to one. Try to make plans that aren't loud music in a crowded venue. See if she enjoys that. Or just ask, hey, have I been too obsessed with concerts lately? I say it like that to keep the framing on you and not make her feel guilty if the answer is yes. Concerts. I'm being a DCK but I'm having fun. Redditor 4, don't take her to concerts. Find a friend who will go with you. Go 2 or 3 times with that friend. When she lets you know she wants to go, have her buy her own ticket or buy tickets for both of you. Redditor follow-up, honestly. This is probably not going to make her too happy, but what else is he supposed to do? It's between pretty much either letting her walk all over him or putting her much lower on the priority list. And since he's already tried the first option. Redditor 5, coming from someone who has social anxiety. A lot of people hide behind anxiety as their excuse to be jerks to other people. It's so inconsiderate to not go to a concert you purchased a ticket for her for unless she's literally having an anxiety attack. I cannot see a valid reason not to go. Deciding she just doesn't want to or spending time with someone else the same night is not acceptable. It sounds like she doesn't value her commitments to you. Op answer, she has literally had anxiety attacks inside these venues. They don't come on beforehand, but crowds do spook her. I don't mind standing farther back or rotating to the corner, or going for seats when available. But it does happen, and I am sympathetic towards that. But to extend further, and to be completely fair, these are kinda first commitments. I didn't ask before buying the tickets if she'd like to go. But I did give several months notice, and again, she isn't required to. It's kinda like, hey, I saw something I want to do with you. It's in the calendar. Love you.